one of the richest investors who ever lived, says his single most important money rule fits in one sentence. Not a complicated trading strategy. One sentence, simple enough for a 10-year-old. And here's the strange part. Almost everyone does the exact opposite of it. Probably including you. In the next few minutes, I'll give you Warren Buffett's simplest money rule, show you why most Americans skip it without realizing, answer the objection you're already thinking. But I have nothing left to save, and show you how to set it up this week so it runs on autopilot. And I'll show you what a small version of it can quietly turn into. Quick note, this is general information, not personal financial advice. I'm not Warren Buffett, and neither is your barber.
Here's the rule, in Buffett's own words. Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. Read it twice, because the whole thing hinges on the order of 2 words. Most people live by the first half. They spend, and then they save whatever's left over. Buffett says flip it. Save first, then spend what remains. That's it. That's the entire rule. It's the idea people call paying yourself first. You're the first bill that gets paid each month, before the rent, before Netflix, before the takeout. And it sounds almost too obvious to matter. But that one flip is the difference between people who build wealth on an ordinary income and people who earn good money their whole lives and somehow never get ahead.
So why does the order matter so much? Think about what save what's left actually means. You get paid, you cover your bills, you handle life, you treat yourself a little, and savings is whatever survives at the end. Which means savings isn't a priority, it's the shock absorber. It's the thing that gets crushed every time something comes up, and something always comes up. A slow month, a car repair, a birthday, a sale. So save what's left quietly becomes save nothing, month after month, and you don't even notice because you meant to save. You just ran out of money first. Buffett's flip fixes that by making saving the thing that happens before life gets a chance to eat it.
And here's the proof that most people run it backwards. Recently, the US savings rate dropped to about 2.5%. The average American saves under 3 cents of every dollar they earn. Nearly a quarter of people have zero emergency savings, and most couldn't cover a surprise $1,000 bill without borrowing. Now, I don't say that to scold anyone, just the opposite. The reason I love this rule is that it takes the blame off you, because you've probably been told the problem is discipline. You just need to want it more, budget harder, try harder. That's not it. You're not bad at saving. You're running the equation in the wrong order, and no amount of willpower reliably beats a system that's set up against you. Change the order, and the willpower problem mostly disappears.
Which is the real genius of it. Pay yourself first isn't just a slogan. It's a trick that removes willpower from the equation. Here's how. When your savings comes out automatically the moment you get paid, before it ever hits your spending account, you never see that money as spendable. And humans are incredibly good at adapting to whatever's in front of us. If $200 quietly disappears into savings, before you log in, you simply live on the rest. You budget around what's there, because what's there is all you see. No monthly struggle, no guilt. Compare that to trying to save at the end of the month, fighting every craving and every sale with nothing but self-control, the most exhausting and unreliable tool in personal finance. Buffett's flip wins because it doesn't rely on you being strong. It relies on you being human.
And the man lives it. This is someone worth tens of billions of dollars who still lives in the same modest house in Omaha that he bought back in 1958 for about $31,000. He's famous for a McDonald's breakfast. Not because he has to pinch pennies, obviously, but because the whole foundation of building wealth is protecting the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Buffett has another line I love, roughly. If you buy things you don't need, pretty soon you'll have to sell things you do. Same idea from the other side. The goal was never to earn a giant income and spend all of it. The goal is the gap, and paying yourself first is how you defend that gap before the world talks you out of it.
Now let me show you why this small habit is worth caring about. Because the numbers surprise people. Say you pay yourself first, just $200 a month, and you put it somewhere, earning a reasonable long-term return, around 7% a year. Nothing fancy. Over 30 years, that quietly grows to roughly $240,000. From $200 a month, now, that's a rough example, not a promise. Real returns bounce around and nothing is guaranteed. But the point holds. The money isn't big because the amount is big. It's the consistency and the time doing the heavy lifting. And you only ever get that if the saving happens first, automatically, instead of depending on there being something left over, which, as we covered, there usually isn't.
Okay, the objection you've been holding since the start. That's great, but I genuinely have nothing left to save. You can't pay yourself first out of zero. I hear you, and here's the honest answer. The flip is literally the solution to that problem. If you wait until you have something left, you never will. That's the whole trap. But take even a tiny amount off the top first. Start with 1%, $20, an amount so small you won't feel it, and something interesting happens. Your spending quietly shrinks to fit, because it always does. You'd been unconsciously spending up to whatever was in the account. Now the account just starts a hair lower. Then, every time you get a raise or pay off a debt, you bump the percentage up. You send the raise to your future self before your lifestyle even notices it existed. That's how people who can't save become people who save automatically. Not by finding extra money, but by changing the order and starting smaller than feels significant.
So here's how to set this up this week in about 15 minutes.
Step 1. Open a separate savings account. Ideally at a different bank than your checking, so it's slightly annoying to reach. Out of sight, out of spending range.
Step 2. Automate a transfer for payday. Set up an automatic transfer that moves your chosen amount into that account the day your paycheck lands. Not month-end, payday. That single setting is the rule. You're paying yourself first, automatically, forever.
Step 3. Start small and escalate. Pick a percentage you won't feel, even 1%, and bump it up a little every time your income rises.
Step 4. For the long-term portion. This is where Buffett's other famous piece of advice comes in. For money you won't touch for years. He's a big advocate of a simple, low-cost, broad index fund held through good times and bad. Not stock picking, not timing, just consistent, boring, automatic buying. Pair the two, and you've basically got his whole playbook for a normal person.
So that's it. The simplest money rule from one of the greatest investors alive, and the one most people skip without ever noticing. Don't save what's left after spending. Spend what's left after saving. Flip the order, automate it, start smaller than feels serious, and let time do the rest. It's not about willpower, And it's not about earning more first. It's about paying yourself before the world gets its hands on your paycheck. If this made saving feel possible instead of exhausting, subscribe. I break down one money idea like this every week, the simple stuff that quietly changes everything. See you in the next one.